guess after today, I'll try the old controller tomorrow just to see if I could reduplicate that error with the gimbal and stuff like that, where when you face down, it doesn't want to go forward. Whereas this one, it doesn't seem to be as much issue in the sense of I haven't seen it actually stop, full stop. You can still go forward. At the max it moves is about 4 meters a second, which I would assume is more normal overall. And I read this, which was kind of interesting today. It came from the official FAA Drone Zone account, and at first glance, it was like, hey, are they trying to listen to more recreational flyers? Basically recognizing these are the mass majority of people, not just, for example, big business or people who just want to sell courses or something like that. This one says, hey, recreational drone flyers, you're the largest segment of the drone community and you are a focus area at the 2021 UAS Symposium. Register at this link and follow the recreational community track to hear the latest updates in your hobby. So what is this? Is this like a panel, for example, where people will actually dictate or suggest how things should be, not based on fear-mongering and stuff like that, based on actual safety, not threatening, for example, little kids, oh, you fly this in quote controlled airspace 5 meters in the air or something like that, you're going to jail or you're getting a fine, that type of thing. It says here, the program for the FAA UAS Symposium, remotely piloted edition, features a variety of sessions that will bring you direct insights from FAA leadership, collaborative discussions on the state of enabling technologies and future regulations, and instructive how-to sessions for operators, all focused on safely advancing UAS integration into national airspace system. More specifically, it says here, FAA UAS Symposium is a series of full interactive events taking place within a virtual platform, allowing attendees to engage with keynote addresses, panel discussions, and workshops by FAA officials and UAS industry stakeholders from the comfort and safety of their homes. In addition, the program includes networking breaks throughout the agenda that will allow attendees to hold one-on-one online meetings with FAA executives and industry leaders to discuss policy and technology issues that are needed to enable expanded UAS operations. So it doesn't really sound like it's, hey, let's bring a recreational flyer, that type of thing, have them speak. It's more, these are the people that we selected to, I guess, lead the way forward, and you can just ask them questions and pay attention. That's when I looked at this and I was like, holy cow, you gotta be kidding me. Look at the fees for this to actually, quote, attend this virtual conference and all that. Like here, one rate, both episodes, $375, that's the max. And one episode is $150? Man, how's this like inviting a recreational person, I guess, just to learn and all that, when this seems more like it's a business or something like that? That's the only common theme I have found so far when it comes to big organizations or companies. The only time they really say have recreational flyers, invite them and all that, is when they think they can make money out of them. That's when you see the smiles on, oh, we love these guys. Like here, I guess. Man, you charge that much money for this. I have yet to see, I guess, one big organization that has influence or direct say in these ways that actually, again, promote recreational flyers, discourage over-the-top regulations, because even like here in Canada, you guys saw, there's a bunch of organizations that claim up front, we're for everyone in this, but behind the scenes, they trash talk basically saying, oh, these guys are dangerous, regulate them right away, etc., etc. So this won't be changing anytime soon, I guess, in terms of getting rid of these for-profit attitudes, as opposed to actually, again, focusing on safety and all that. And then reading this story got me to think about that topic of what is a, quote, I guess, acceptable form of risk in terms of anything in life. Because you could argue, like they say with the drones, even like a 0.0001% chance of, let's just say, a 20-gram drone fly, I don't know, 2,000 feet in the air, taking out an aircraft is too much. How much is too much? So I was reading in the US in terms of things like vaccines and a lot of places where they require masks indoors. Apparently they're saying now, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask. That's their suggestion anyways. It says here, what can you start to do? If you've been fully vaccinated, you can resume activities that you did prior to the pandemic. You can resume activities without wearing a mask or staying 6 feet apart except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, and regulations, including local business and workplace guidance. If you travel in the United States, you do not need to get tested before or after travel or self-quarantine after travel. So it's almost like they're saying, yeah, if you're fully vaccinated over there, the mindset and suggestion is try to live life like normal. Whereas if you're not, then you're gonna have to try to follow all the procedures as is, which makes me wonder, how exactly do you verify who's been through the entire vaccination process and all that? They even have all these picture guides to show you what's good, what's bad in terms of, I guess, risk for people who have been vaccinated, those who haven't. And it's kind of interesting because apparently here in Canada, they're saying we're not going to follow that, I guess, process. Like this article says, Canada unlikely to follow US approach to easing COVID-19 masking rules. I know a lot of the news here, they said even if you're vaccinated, you can still get it and all that. So you still have to do everything as is. So completely different shift in mentality, but they do mention, actually the interesting thing is in this interview, the doctor was saying in the US, they have the mindset of like everything else in life, and they actually use car incidents again, saying there has to be a certain level of acceptance of risk to say, okay, that's just part of it. Other than that, everyone should feel free to live life the way it was before, so to speak. So you can actually hear that. It was kind of interesting, I thought.
I think it's really important that people understand. And these things were put in place because it's always a risk-benefit ratio, right? And we're looking at what is the risk right now in the United States to the fully vaccinated person. And it's gone down to the types of risks that we've always accepted. We've always accepted that there's a risk if you're driving a vehicle that somebody out of nowhere can hit you, etc.
It's a great point.
It makes you think, what exactly is an acceptable form of risk in terms of a number figure specifically? Because it just seems like, for the most part, people only use it to further their, I guess, belief or narrative, and it's not consistent. Case in point, like here in Canada with things like a drone, you have Mr. Nightmare scenario saying, oh, basically his nightmare is a drone's gonna hit an airplane and all that, and basically there's no such thing as overkill when it comes to safety. That's what he actually said. Yet when it came to things like COVID and stuff like that and flying in airlines and traveling, his mindset was different. It was like, oh no, from what I've seen, basically like the numbers and all that, it seems perfectly okay. Like they're the safest, I guess, form of transportation, like that type of narrative. Like they do all the precautions. Like there's a complete contradiction there, right? So how do you actually determine the number of what is, I guess, acceptable form of risk in terms of percentage? Can you actually come up with a number? right, see you guys later.